Hello, McAllen. I'm Roy Cantu for the City of McAllen here in the McAllen Cable Network studios. With me today, two very special guests. Mark Vega, our General Manager for the MPU, and Ann Fortescue, the Director at IMAS, which is the International Museum of Art and Science, one of my favorite places in McAllen. If you haven't been, you need to go. And today we're talking about Water Journey. Mark, first let me have you introduce what Water Journey is. That's why we invited you.
Right. So we're so pleased at MPU to collaborate with IMAS and the visitors that they receive, both young and old, and everyone in between, from the Valley, from all United States, from across the border. And so it's such a great opportunity to expose what so few people actually know about. You know, the water journey is basically the hydrological cycle, and so few people understand that. So, you know, if we, especially the younger kids, if we can get them that light bulb to go off and they can understand that at a young age, wow, that just, it's so much better for the utility, for our citizens to understand how and what we do to provide water for them and where it comes from. So it's just awesome to collaborate with IMAS on that.
And you reimagined this exhibit at your museum. It's wonderful. There's kids, well, adults now, but they were kids when they first went through it, and now they're bringing their children. Talk to us about what y'all decided to do with this exhibit.
Well, Water Journey, as Mark just said, Water Journey is indeed one of our collaborative projects with the McAllen Public Utility. And Water Journey has become a legacy exhibit at the museum. We recognize it's beloved. To your point, we now have adults who experienced Water Journey as children, and they're bringing their kids back. So it's gotten many years of, I will say, hard use and hard play.
Yeah.
And it was time for a refresh and a refurbishment. And we took it off the floor for about 10 months to do this work. And quite frankly, we heard about it from our visitors, so much so that we had to put up a sign to let people know that Water Journey was indeed coming back, not to worry. And during the time it was off the floor, we worked with our exhibition design and fabrication partners, Siete Colores, to again, to refresh it, but also really in collaboration with MPU, because there were certain elements of the water cycle that needed some additional amplification. In particular, the treatment process. And that wasn't as evident in the Water Journey exhibit as it is now. The other thing we did was we made the exhibit completely bilingual. The text in the exhibit hadn't been fully in English and in Spanish before, now it is. The other thing we introduced are some profiles of MPU staff members who are involved in the water treatment process.
Excellent.
So I think humanizing what happens what happens when you turn on your tap. It's not just that the water comes out of the tap, but there are hundreds of people who make that possible, who ensure that when either you brush your teeth or take a shower or fill up a glass of water, it's safe. And I think that's super important.
Mark, let me ask you, why is it important for MPU to sort of go out there and provide all this information and education? Because you do more than just the museum, but you've focused a lot on this exhibit. You have your annual night out, you do community outreach, you have an education officer. Why is this crucial for water and wastewater services in McAllen to be out there in the community?
You know, it's so important for many citizens. The only interaction they have with MPU is writing a check, calling the phone number, giving a credit card number, is paying their bill. And they don't understand what it is that they're paying for. So to educate the public, we want them to know where their money's going and how it's being used. And so educating the public, we prioritize that, we stress that. We have 2 staff members that solely are in charge of educating the public. We utilize MCN to educate the public. But it's important that they know where their money goes, because we're not using our money, we're using their money. And that is a huge responsibility. It's we love to use the word stewardship at MPU because we use the citizens' money. And so they should know where their money's going and how it's being used. So it's really, it's very important. The more that they know, the better it is for us because they understand what we're doing. And the less you understand, that lends itself to many times suspicions of, what are they doing with that money? How come X, Y, or Z? It lends itself to things that are really due to ignorance. And so the more that we educate them, the better it is for us.
And talk to us a little bit about IMAS. Besides this water exhibit that you have there, the water journey, what else can residents, visitors, citizens all go to the IMAS for this summer and in the fall?
Okay, well, so I'm going to stay on the water topic just a little bit more because our MPU partnership is certainly anchored in water journey, but we also have the MPU Biozone, and that is an interactive learning lab where we really focus on, quite frankly, the presence of water in all living things. And so we have some animal ambassadors, and we talk about the reliance of water that not only humans have, but animals have as well. The importance of agriculture and water to growing our fruits and vegetables and other products. And we also talk about good water stewardship, which, Mark, you've mentioned. Right. And, we're all aware that water is a commodity and something to be treasured and I want to say respected. And so being mindful of our water usage and also kind of the role that the utility plays, again, to ensure our water safety, which I think is a really important message. People need to know that they should be confident about the water quality.
Where can people get more information on the museum? Are you on the website and
we
phone
are. So www.theimas, so THEIMAS, online, ONLINE.org. And of course, we are at the corner of Nolana and Bicentennial. I want to say it's one of the busiest intersections of the city. And we are open to the public Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 1 to 5.
There you go, folks. If you want something to do this year, I'm going to say this year because they're open year-round and they always have incredible exhibits. So I want to thank you very much, Mark, for being here and Ann for being here. One of my favorite places in McAllen is to go to IMAS. And my brother's coming in from Chicago, so I'm taking the kids out there.
Great.
So they get to see the new exhibit and play with this water journey. So we're so excited. So thank you very much for being here. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.